Tim, TD, I might grab that shirt off you on the way. Is that all right? Tim, tell me about tonight. Was tonight what you thought it was going to be?
Yeah, look, what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, didn't know or weren't sure?
Yeah, I understood what the agenda was going to be, but the outcome was very exciting.
Exciting?
It's really exciting for our football club.
Is it making you think a little bit differently?
It is. I've had a lot of these ideas in the past, but obviously it's good to share it with everyone and coming from you. It's a really important statement.
Often, that's a really important statement we just said also. A lot of my clubs, it's not rocket science, but they struggle to pull it together because you've got so much stuff going on. Belinda?
I think it's good that we can all come together and discuss our ideas. And it was great for you to come here and give us your expertise as well.
Does it make a bit of sense?
Yes.
Yeah. Is anything I've said tonight not really achievable, or do you think it's just a lot of work, isn't there?
There is a lot of work. I think the main thing is about getting help to do it, as in volunteers.
The structure.
Yeah.
Structure. Teresa, what do you think?
It was great. All the information is fantastic. It's exciting to get started. When do we start and how?
So when you start it, so I'll give you a plan inside 10 days. That's your starting point. I'll give you some operational stuff to look at and some long-term stuff to look at. And then you use that as your roadmap, because that's your words at the start, wasn't it?
And motivating families to be part of it.
Correct. And that's where your communication needs to lift in terms of, your engagement. And that's where your membership comes in. Chris, what do you reckon?
It sounds so easy.
It sounds so easy.
There.
Sorry?
When you're there, like if we were there, it would be easy. It's going to be a challenge getting from where we are
Yep.
to there.
My famous, working for a former president of my club, he said it's not where you start, it's where you finish. But it's acknowledging, that's why that health check is so important. So it's said this is where we sit. And that health check was your perception on where you felt this club sat at this current time. Which said there's some opportunity. I love the health check because it says that you've got so much opportunity. And, Claude, what do you reckon, mate?
Interesting actually. A lot of unknown things you've opened up. But I think the most important thing is getting the foundation right. So once you've got that in place, then everything else can work.
Yeah. But does it give you hopefully a little bit of hope, a little bit of energy, reprograms your thinking? That's the logic. What about you, mate? What do you think?
Yeah, for me it's important. I think as a player and now a coach, I think you demand a lot of things from the club. So it's important to understand the amount of work that needs to go in for it all to happen. When I ring team and meet all the time for things.
Yep.
It's important to understand the amount of work that goes in behind the scenes.
Yeah. Do you think the players truly understand what?
As a player, you never understand. No.
So when you get this strategic plan, it might be worth maybe Dennis presenting it to the players. This is our vision, this is our path, but we need your buy-in for this to happen.
To the whole club, actually.
Yeah,
Maybe the whole club. Absolutely.
It's important to the parents,
Yeah.
as much as it is to the players.
What do you reckon, Nick? What do you think?
Yeah, the penny dropped for the bar to raise money. I've got an idea.
Raising money?
Yeah, at least another 10k, I reckon.
Good.
When the bar came up,
Yeah.
the penny dropped on how we can use that on match days for seniors.
Yep.
I think there's an opportunity to.
I'm gonna
I
tell-
like the lighter. I like the lighter.
And I'm going to tighten the finances.
Yeah, always.
And my old mate over here, the president's going to receive a monthly revenue slide, aren't we, Dennis?
Absolutely.
Okay, yes, mate. You? What do you think?
I thought it was great. I should commend our president for organising this. It's not often we get to come together and have someone external make us think at this high level. And it just highlighted to me how much is done by so few in this club. And it's definitely not sustainable in the long term.
Yeah. Do you think there was anything not achievable if you get the right structure in place? Like I said.
Oh, look, if there was, I think you've known about it. We're pretty grounded here at Nunawading, so I think everything is achievable.
Yeah, good.
And I think we're the right people.
Yeah. And I get a good feel when I walk into clubs, right? Energy and synergy. Some of my clubs are tearing each other apart. They've usually got the old committee on one side of the room. You've got the new committee. Over you, Greg. What do you reckon tonight?
Yeah, I enjoyed the overall sort of perspective about all different facets of the club and the needs of the club.
Mm.
And I'm also sort of excited by the challenge of the implementation of certain things,
Yeah.
which is going to be testing on everyone, I think,
Yeah.
to make sure that we can fulfil some of the stuff that we've discussed tonight.
But you've got high aspirations where you want to take this football program, and it's about, you know, being forewarned, forearmed, and getting the model in place, and hence, you know, to have a session like this, to get on the front foot. I'll finish up with the press. Because Dennis, I think we've spoken a couple of times.
Yeah, and look, it's been as invaluable as what I thought it would have been. I see this as the starting point. And the fee that we're paying for this will pay itself many times over. Everyone in this room has been handpicked to be here because they're important to our club. So it was good to have the people here today hear the clear pathway that you've cleared for us now to get to where we need to get to. So it's been fantastic.
Has it opened your thinking and yourself, Dennis, in terms of maybe how we can do things a little bit differently in the future?
Well, put it this way, before listening to you for the last couple of hours, in my head I thought it was going to be, I've got a rough idea of what needs to be done, but in my head I sort of thought it's going to be too hard to get it done for everyone to come together and pull their weight. It's a big effort, but I don't think it's going to be as hard as what I thought it was now that I've seen it explained clearly and simply.
Perfect. And your comment, and I often say to clubs, the investment in what we do, if we can't return your investment high double digits over, we're not doing our job.
Yeah.
And I'm confident that, you know, we've given you lots of, and we'll continue. And you, as part of our program, you can ring us anytime during the 12 months. So you can ring me, Nick, if you need any help, or anyone. So, and that's my number on the last page.